Welcome to the next episode of Water Park Rangers Let's Play Wind Waker. Lots of stuff happened last episode. Basically, this big bird came and we were forced up to dress like the Keebler elf, and then it dropped a girl in the forest, and then our sister was like, get something to defend yourself with, so we came to this old man, and now he'll let us have this sword if we can follow his instructions, and basically, he'll just make sure that we can use it. So the first move, you basically just press B a lot. Don't move the control stick. And then this other move, you just use L and B to attack. No control stick, remember that. Only do precisely what he's telling you, otherwise he gets really mad. So L, control stick, and B. Just like that. Very easy. What? Oh, crap. I know I did it right, too. That's the thing that pisses me off. Okay, spin attack. So we have to press B, away from him, and then release it as a spin. Otherwise he'll hit us. And now, this one you have to press L, wait until the little shiny thing appears, and press A, and then you'll spin around behind enemies or over them and hit them. Though it doesn't always work. Like, sometimes it does weird things like that. So, normal jump attack is the same, but you don't have to wait for the shine. Easy as that. Those are the sword skills. And as a reward, you get a very useful item. Your first sword. Pretty amazing. So basically, just use those skills that he's shown us in battle, and you should always prevail. Unless you don't, in which case, you're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. Alright, and there's one more thing of interest in here, this little object, so we will examine it with L and A.
What's that? The Knight's Crest? Does that intrigue you, young one? It is still too early to discuss those things with you. But if you happen across 10 of those, show them to me. Then I can tell you what they are and what they do. But I will only speak if you get 10 of them.
No, you're gonna speak right now. We're gonna force it out of you with a pot! Ah, crap, you can block. Alright, not worth it. Now that we have the sword, we don't really have to worry about anything else. Oh yeah, except that, right, that girl that fell in the forest and we need to save her. That's the next thing we have to do. So, we will roll across, and you might be wondering, how do I get to the forest? Well, you get to the forest by going over this bridge. And then after you go over this bridge, you go past this house, and then there's a sign that says, like, tower left, forest right. Though we don't really need to read that to figure it out because I already know where it is. So we're going up the ramp here, and there's going to be a wall of trees in the way. And although a seagull can fit through them, we can't. So we will use our sword to not only cut down the sign telling us that we shouldn't go through, but the trees as well, allowing us to go through. And we're on the way to the first, first area with enemies. There's no way that the thing that's coming up could be classified as a dungeon in any way. Be careful across this suspension bridge. I think that you can cut it apart if you do spin attacks on the ropes, but I don't have any idea why you would want to do that. Okay, we're inside the spooky forest now. And it's a lot less two-dimensional on the inside. And there's a mysterious girl who fell into the tree. So we must be careful around this place because there are enemies. They're pathetic, absolutely pathetic, but they're enemies nonetheless. So there's a secret in here. Crawl, and you can get the red rupee inside the log. Now is the best time to get it, by the way. So there's a close look up at the ugly face of the enemy. That creepy elf thing called a bokoblin. Don't know why they're called that. Goblin and boko, whatever that's supposed to mean. And there's going to be more through here, though they're not evident at first. Because they drop from the sky! Sneak attack. And how will we ever deal with two of them at once? It's impossible. They work as an unstoppable tag team. In fact, they're so powerful that I'm going to leave the area right away because there's no way that we can match their awesome power. Nothing can stop their awesome power. Except trees. And unfortunately, we are not a tree. You'll probably never get that reference, but whatever. So you might be wondering, did I seriously just run away from two bokoblins? Was there any reason to do that? There actually is. Watch what happens when you go back in. Look. By using the telescope, we can actually see that there's some interesting animations that they have. They're looking up at the tree, and I think they're going to try and jump up there too. See? Pretty amazing, huh? I don't think a lot of people know about that. I forget how I found out about it, because like, the last thing you would do in a battle that's so easily won is run away from it. But then again, I guess like Nintendo enjoys rewarding you with things like that. And it's not like you have to kill everything you meet. Sometimes if you just knock something back and run past it, that's enough. It's not like more points are rewarded for defeating more enemies. Though later on, once your wallet's bigger, you might want to defeat everything you see just so you can get any money they have. and we'll swiftly deal with these guys. They can't stand falls from heights, so if we knock them off a high enough height, they'll definitely be done for. I think that's done it, though. This ought to do it for sure. Man, like a triple rebound. Wait, huh? The other one's not dead? Oh, weird. Oh, and an enemy orb, too. Yeah, sometimes when enemies are defeated, they'll release an orb that has a lot of rupees and stuff inside it. Well, I thought the height killed you. Well then, this ought to do it. I think. Yes, good. Finally. They're all defeated. That was the toughest battle we've endured yet. Unfortunately, that branch is finally starting to give way. But if you've played any video games, you know that falls from heights really don't do much in general. Except in the really old ones, like the old Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. You die if you take like a normal jump in those games. This is ridiculous. Glad they fixed that. Wow, what's with that getup? Well, whatever. So where am I? Where am I? Oh, that's right. That giant bird came and... Miss Tetra! Gonzo, that's the guy's name. Oh, thank goodness, you're safe. When I saw you get dropped on this summit, I thought for sure you'd... Summit? So that bird dropped me on the top of a mountain? Well, wasn't that nice of it? Well, don't just stand there. Let's go. Time to repay our debt to that bird in full. But miss, what about this boy? Don't worry about him. Come on. Come on, Blue Falcon. Don't leave me behind in the woods to die. I'm not sure if we can stand another battle against those scary, difficult bokoblins. Hoy, big brother! Is that supposed to be short for ahoy? Why can't you just say ahoy instead? It's more piratey and awesome, and pirates are awesome. Unless you have a catapult instead of a cannon that shoots rocks instead of cannonballs. I'll never figure that one out. The technological discrepancies of the Zelda series will never cease to amaze me. Oh yeah, and she gets kidnapped too by that giant bird. Which is an unfortunate event, but maybe fortunate for us because we get to have an awesome adventure because of it. So the logical thing to do, if it's escaping by air, is to attempt to fly ourselves. Run as fast as you can, and jump as high as you can, and fall to your untimely death. Good thing we have at least one person thinking for us. This is almost as sad as that part in the first Toy Story when Buzz thought that he wasn't a toy, and so he tried to jump out the window, but then he fell and broke. Like, seriously, that was the saddest part of the first movie. I don't know, the other ones are pretty sad, but I think that moment in the first was the saddest of all. What? You want to come with us on our ship? Do you understand what you're asking? We're pirates, you know. Pirates! The terror of the seas! What do we get out of bringing some helpless little kid along with us? I'll tell you what we get. A headache. I know how you must feel with your sister having been kidnapped and all. But that doesn't really have anything to do with us now, does it? And how do you figure that? It's the Birdman. Whoa there. Just who are you? Where do you get off butting in on someone else's conversation? Please, all I mean to say is that if you big bad pirates hadn't come to this quiet little island, that poor girl wouldn't have been snatched away by that bird. And just what do you mean by that? Just be quiet for a moment and I'll tell you. Now, as my work entails delivering letters, I spend much of my time traveling amongst the many different islands. As a result, I hear many things. Haven't any of you heard word that young girls have been getting kidnapped lately from all regions of the Great Sea? No matter. Whether you've heard it or not, it seems to be the case. Young girls with long ears like yours have been getting kidnapped, never to be seen again. And unless my eyes fail me, the young girl who was just kidnapped from this island also has long ears, does she not? Much like you do, Miss Fearsome Pirate. My point is that the bird mistook that poor girl for you, and that's why it grabbed her. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was young Jack here who saved you from the monsters in the forest, wasn't it? Is this true? Oh, and while I'm at it, I might as well tell you that the bird that kidnapped both you and Jack's sister has made its foul nest to the north, on the heights of the Forsaken Fortress. The Forsaken Fortress? Isn't that the place where... So, what are you gonna do? Under the circumstances, I don't think it would be unreasonable for you to give Jack little help now, would it? I don't need you to tell me that. Even if I were to consider it, lately I've heard nothing but evil rumors about this Forsaken Fortress. You can't possibly mean to go there with nothing but that cheap little sword. That's not brave, it's stupid. I mean, come on, even a simple little island like this has to have something you could use as a shield. You know, something to protect yourself with. Anything? Tell you what, if you come back with something like that, we'll let you stow away on our ship. Oh, and one more thing. Once we leave, you won't be coming back here for a while, so you'd better go say goodbye to your family while you have the chance. I don't want you getting all weepy-eyed and homesick on me.